Okay, we need a
Mr.
motion
Chairman,
to
Mr.
approve the
Chairman,
minutes
point
of
of
Mr. Canlon.
Yeah, this is your first meeting back since meeting 2 weeks ago, and I would like for myself to hear, Mr. Chairman, if you plan to follow the Robert's Rules of Order and our Rules of Procedure outlined in our board documents.
Yes.
Okay.
So I need a motion to approve the minutes of June 27, 2017.
So moved.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I'd like to make a couple of amendments here, or move forward a couple of amendments. I'd like to add to the record that, one, that the motion to reconsider was made improperly by Supervisor Principe, that the motion to divide the question was made improperly by Supervisor Principe, and that the Chairman Stewart audibly pressured Supervisor Jenkins to vote in the affirmative on the question to reconsider. So I'd like to add those three points to the record, Mr. Chairman.
Ms. Robel?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman.
Yes. Is that an appropriate thing to add to the minutes?
It's not to the minutes.
Not into the minutes. A supervisor can make a motion and have seconded, and the board can.
Well, I move those amendments.
Second.
So didn't we just hear from the clerk and from the county attorney that should not be placed in the minutes?
Whatever is being said at the meeting is recorded and is part of the record of the meeting.
Miss-
Following what
Okay.
you said.
Mr.
The
Chairman.
county attorney is the rule.
Mr. Chairman,
Ms. Lawson?
what I just heard our county attorney say is that if a supervisor made a motion and it was seconded, it sounds to me like that Supervisor Canlon motioned to amend the minutes. I will not be railroaded again like I was at 3:30 in the morning on June 28th. I've done plenty of homework on Robert's Rules of Order and our own board rules of procedures, and I will not be railroaded by any colleagues on this board. And I just heard the county attorney state that if a supervisor makes a motion, which Supervisor Camlin did and I seconded, it sounds to me like very clearly that was an amendment to these minutes.
Okay, Mr. Canlon, would you like to repeat your motion, please?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to add to the minutes that whereas the motion to reconsider was made improperly by Supervisor Jenkins, also whereas the motion to divide the question was made improperly made by Supervisor Principe, whereas the motion to divide the question was made improperly through Supervisor Principe, and whereas Chairman Stewart audibly pressured Supervisor Jenkins to vote in the affirmative.
Mr. Noe?
I struggle I struggle in particular with the suggestion that we would include language that says that the chairman audibly pressured Mr. Jenkins without getting into whether or not that happened. Members of this board frequently make statements out loud with the hope that those statements will affect the way other individuals vote. We advocate for our positions. We say, please vote this way. I would hate to think that we're going to get into a pattern of having to keep track in our minutes every time a member of the board attempts to persuade another member of the board to vote a particular way.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Canlon?
According to Robert's rules, once a vote has been called, which it was, you cannot audibly pressure other members of the board on how to vote. And the question was called, and the chairman, in my opinion, and I think in the opinion of Robert's rules, improperly pressured Supervisor Jenkins to vote in a certain way.
Mr. Chairman,
Ms. Lawson?
I concur with exactly what Supervisor Canlon said, and to remind you, Supervisor Noe, it was clear that the debate had ended, and what Supervisor Canlon was referring to while the vote was being conducted. So for you to stretch that into that it's okay is simply a misrepresentation of what happened. It's while the debate takes place up on this board, you're right, it is customary for us to express how we intend to vote. But the distinction in this is that the debate had ended and the board was literally conducting the vote. The video is very clear.
Mr. Noe?
I just want to be clear. I don't think I at any point in time said that it was okay or not okay. What I asked, I was looking for clarification and explanation on the question of why this particular instance. I appreciate explanation, but I don't want the record to reflect in any way that I said it was okay, as you suggested in your comment. Members of this board frequently make statements out loud with the hope that those statements will affect the way other individuals vote. We advocate for our positions. We say, please vote this way. I would hate to think that we're going to get into a pattern of having to keep track in our minutes every time a member of the board attempts to persuade another member of the board to vote a particular way.
Okay, please vote.
It's not here, my apologies. The motion fails 3 in favor and 4 against. Supervisors Anderson, Canlon, and Lawson voting aye. Supervisors Jenkins, Noe, Princeby, and Stewart voting nay. And Supervisor Cadigan is absent from vote.
Do we have a
Mr.
motion
Chairman,
to adopt the minutes, please?
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Callen?
I'd like to make another substitute or an amendment to the minutes that we register the objection that Supervisor Lawson made during the meeting on her objection to the motion to divide the minutes, or divide the question, and the motion to reconsider. That we register within the minutes her objection during the course of the meeting. So what the minutes are, is basically what happened during the meeting, that we register that she objected to both the motion to divide the question and the motion to reconsider.
I second that motion.
Is it in the minutes right now?
No.
Because I didn't hear an objection. I don't recall an objection.
Mr. Chairman, it's on videotape that she objected to both of them.
I'm just saying, I don't remember that, and it's not in the minutes.
Well, that's why we're amending the minutes, is because they're not.
Okay, so your motion is to add this, to approve the minutes with that.
To amend the minutes that to include
Well,
this. Yes.
you can't amend the minutes until we adopt the minutes, but we need a motion to adopt the minutes.
No.
I am making a motion to amend the minutes. Then we will vote to approve the minutes.
Yeah, so we haven't approved the minutes yet, so there's nothing to amend. So what I'm saying is that what you can do is you can make a motion to approve the minutes with that change. Is that what you'd like to do?
I would like to make a motion to amend the minutes to reflect what we would like to add here.
Okay, but we don't have any minutes to amend yet, is what I'm saying.
The minutes are right here.
Right, but they're not adopted. So if you'd like to make the motion, the proper motion is to adopt the minutes with that change.
Listen, pardon me, but I don't believe a word you have to say, Mr. Chairman.
That's fine,
Off
but
of what you did 2 weeks ago,
what we
where
can
you
do-
railroaded the western end of Prince William County
Mr.
in
Cameron.
improperly. Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
I would like to make a motion, if this would be okay then.
Yeah.
I would like to make a motion to approve the minutes with this amendment.
Okay, all right.
There we go.
All right,
Is that,
that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, is there a second?
There's a second.
Okay, discussion.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to ask Supervisor Canlon, can you repeat the amendment and specify my two objections, do you want those included in the individual resolutions for those, one was the division of question and one was the reconsideration?
Correct, yes.
So just to be very clear, that the board clerk understands clearly where the objections need to be amended. And,
Mr. Noe?
I'm not sure I'm clear. Can you repeat it, please? I just don't.
So, Mr. Chairman,
Yeah, Mr. Cameron.
that what we're looking to do is to amend the resolution to divide the question, that it will state Supervisor Lawson objected to the division of the question at the time. To amend the motion to reconsider to state that Supervisor Lawson objected to the motion to reconsider at the time. That's all I'm looking for, is that to her, if we won't accept this other language, which I think we should have, but what I'm trying to do is make sure that we have on the record that Supervisor Lawson objected to both those
improper motions.
Motions.
Mr. Chairman?
Mr. Noe?
So I understand, are we looking to add we have in front of us a resolution that says something to the effect of the minutes are hereby adopted, and there's an attachment to that which are, the minutes. They're a series of copies of resolutions and such. Are you looking to change the text of that attachment in those two places, or are you looking to add language into the resolution that refers to those two places?
I'm looking to add language into the actual resolutions, correct?
I'm sorry, and I'm really not trying to go, but the resolution in front of us is a resolution to amend the minutes. You're not looking to change that, you're looking to change the document that is attached to it that refers to previous resolutions.
Well, there is no document of the minutes. We're approving the attachments.
Mr. Chairman, and
Mr.
again,
Noe?
I'm just trying to understand here, trying to follow our rules of procedure. I'm looking at our agenda, and I have item 3A. RE: approve minutes June 27, 2017, whereas on June 27, 17, now therefore be it resolved that the Prince William Board of Supervisors does hereby approve the minutes of June 27, 2017. Is it that item 3A that you're trying to amend, or is it the attached draft minutes that you want to change the language on page, whatever it would be, page 20 or something? I don't know that page.
That's a good question. Mr. Chairman, may I respond to that?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm glad Supervisor Noe, we're going through this to make sure that everyone is on the same page and to make sure, and listen, I've got plenty of time, so I want to make sure that everyone is on the same page with this. What I'm looking to amend are the actual attachments as you referred to them. The actual attachments to the resolutions, and what these resolutions are for people in the audience is they're basically a description of what happened during that vote. It talks about who seconded them, or who made the motion, who seconded them, what the purpose of the resolution is. So we've got a resolution to divide the question that we have in our documents. I'm looking to add a whereas clause where it says whereas Supervisor Lawson objected to the motion to divide the question. And also in the motion to reconsider, we add a whereas clause that Supervisor Lawson objected to the motion to reconsider. So I want to, in the record, in the document, where the actual attachment that describes the vote, to register that Supervisor Lawson objected to both the motion to divide the question because she felt it was improper, and the motion to reconsider because she felt it was improper.
And Mr. Chairman, to be clear, you do that in the form of an additional whereas clause.
Correct.
Thank you.
Correct.
Okay, is there further discussion? I mean, I didn't see anything, it's not in the notes, it's not in the minutes, so I'm not gonna support this.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
that's the purpose of changing the minutes, is because it's not in the minutes.
Yeah, it's
We
not in the minutes
understand
because
it's
it
not
didn't
in the
happen,
minutes.
that's why it's
Well,
not in
it
there.
happened.
Mr. Chairman.
Please, everyone go watch the videotape. You'll see that it happened.
Yeah, Ms. Lawson.
Mr.
You
Chairman.
can't just erase history. This is what happened.
That's right, and that's why we're having this discussion today, because we follow rules of procedure and Robert's Rules of Order like many, many governing bodies and organizations, from the PTO to the United States I don't know if the United States Congress follows exactly Robert's Rules of Order, but I would imagine they do. What is very common is approval of minutes. And what is also common is to amend those minutes to reflect accurately what the body had previously discussed and taken action on. That is exactly why this is not an accurate depiction of what happened at 3:30 in the morning on June 28th. And that's exactly why Supervisor Canlin is moving to amend, why I've seconded it, and why we believe that it's the public's interest to reflect what this body has accurately done. And that's why I encourage everybody on this board to support the accurate amendment.
No, I'm gonna vote no, but is there further discussion? Please vote.
The motion passes 4 in favor, 3 opposed. Supervisors Anderson, Canlin, Lawson, and Noe voting aye. Supervisors Jenkins, Prinsky, and